This is a small update on the video I did the other week. I've had some trouble getting this one off the ground. Technical errors galore and my camera's broke, so I've decided to try another format. First off, I would like to say that if you haven't watched my last video, then this video won't make much sense. I can summarise. In my last video, I explored phone addiction and how phone addiction controls us. In the week succeeding that video, I decided to run a small experiment on myself. I wanted to lower my phone usage, and I thought that the best way to do that was to target how I started my day. Previously, much like everyone else I assume, I would keep my phone nearby in my room overnight. This was a mistake. When my day started, the first thing I would do to keep myself awake would be to check my phone. Initially only intended to spend 5 or so minutes on the phone, I would instead be spending up to an hour or more before even getting out of bed. This had to change, I realised, and the only way to change it was to make sure it wasn't immediately available at hand when I woke up. It sounds simple really, why hadn't I thought of this sooner? So I decided one evening to place it in a different room before I went to bed. Did it work? I'd say so, yes. How you start your day affects it going forward, and keeping the phone out of my mornings really did change how I used it throughout the day. On my best day, I had only 8 minutes on my phone. Towards the end of the week, however, after a few bad days, I was back on it again. I've realised now that the phone and technology will always be a part of my life. That's not a bad thing. These allow us to do great things, but having seen what a day without it was like was quite the buzz. So I've decided to try and make it work for me. I've decided to run a new experiment on myself. I must be getting something from the phone that I don't want to miss, and if I need to have that around, then I may as well utilise that in some way. I have decided that for the next week, the phone will be my reward for completing all the day's tasks. I have things to do, and quite often I still don't get around to doing them. Now, if I had something to motivate myself, a reward for actually completing what I set out to do that day, then maybe it will be easier. Now, I know me, I know I can think my way out of things I set out to do. I am a serial procrastinator. What makes me think I'll actually be able to do this and not just bend the rules so that I can have just 5 minutes on the phone? After all, I made the rules, they're arbitrary at best and I can choose to change them if I want, but doing so would go against the nature of what I've set out to do here, and from last week I know that most of the time, if I want to, I can stay off the phone. So that's where I'm at right now. Once again, I will keep you informed of how this goes, and if you're actually watching this video, then it's working.